If you've been looking at real estate investing, you've probably heard the term ground-up development. But what does that actually mean? And why do so many experienced investors focus on this model? In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how ground-up development works and why this is one of the most effective ways to build wealth in real estate. Most people think of real estate investing as buying an existing property, renting it out, and waiting for it to appreciate over time. That model works, but it's passive in a different way. You're waiting for the market to do the work. With ground-up development, instead of waiting for appreciation, you are creating it. You're taking raw land or underutilized property and transforming it into something more valuable. That's where real returns come from. Let me break it down step by step. Step 1, market analysis and site selection. Before anything else, developers need to understand the market. What's the demand? What are people renting? What are they paying? And what type of housing is missing? This is where local expertise matters most. Developers who focus on one market tend to outperform those who chase trends in different cities. At Gatsby, we focus exclusively on Los Angeles because we've spent years studying this market. Once a target area is identified, the next step is to find sites that meets that criteria, typically underutilized properties or land already zoned for the intended use. In our case, we look for single-family lots that are already zoned for multifamily, which means we can build by right without needing special approvals or entitlements. Step 2. Land acquisition and due diligence. Once a site is identified, experienced developers don't just buy it immediately. There is a careful due diligence process to verify that the land is actually buildable. That means checking zoning, setbacks, environmental factors, utility access, and any restrictions that could affect the project. The numbers also need to work. What will it cost to acquire the land? What will construction cost? And what will the property be worth after it's complete? If the numbers work and the site checks out, the purchase moves forward. Step 3, design and planning. This is where the vision starts to take shape. Developers work with architects to design a building that fits the lot, meets the zoning requirements, and aligns with what the market actually needs. The design phase also includes engineering, structural plans, and the selection of finishes that balance quality with budget. At Gatsby, we design larger units with 3 to 4 bedrooms because that's where we see the strongest demand in Los Angeles. Most apartments in LA are studios or 1 bedrooms, so we're filling a gap by building bigger units designed for shared living, roommates, and families. Step 4, permitting. Once the design is finalized, plans are submitted to the city for permits. This is where many projects get delayed, especially larger developments that require environmental reviews or community approvals. Smaller projects that are built by right can move through permitting much faster, typically in months instead of years. Step 5, construction. Once permits are approved, construction begins. This is where the property physically comes to life. The foundation, framing, utilities, interiors, finishes, and the hardscape and landscape around the building. Experienced developers build relationships with contractors over time, which means better pricing, priority scheduling, and accountability throughout the build. Because we do a high volume of projects a year, we've built those kinds of relationships, which helps us execute consistently. Construction timelines vary depending on project size, but smaller developments typically move faster than large-scale projects. Step 6. Leasing and stabilization. Once construction is complete, the next step is leasing the units. Professional leasing agents price each unit strategically and screen tenants carefully. The goal is to stabilize the property, meaning it's fully leased and generating consistent rental income. This is important because a stabilized property is far more valuable to buyers than an empty building. Step 7, sale. After the property is stabilized and held long enough to qualify for long-term capital gains, it's sold. At that point, the developer is selling a fully leased, income-producing asset, which attracts both individual buyers and institutional investors. The profit comes from the difference between what was paid for the land, what was spent on construction, and what the completed, stabilized property sells for. That's the value created through the development process. So why does this model generate higher returns than just buying and holding existing properties? Because you're not waiting for the market to appreciate. You are forcing appreciation by adding value at every stage. You are buying land below market value, building a product that is in demand, and selling a stabilized asset that generates income. The market conditions still matter, but you're not dependent on it the same way you are with a buy and hold strategy, because you're creating value through the development process itself. At Gatsby Investment, this is the only model we use. Every project we offer is a ground-up development in Los Angeles, designed to create value from day one. We handle every step of the process, from finding the land to selling the completed property. And because we use a deal-by-deal structure, you can review each project individually and choose the ones that fit your goals. You're not investing in a concept. You are investing in a specific property with a clear plan and a proven process. Ground-up development isn't the easiest way in real estate, but it is one of the most effective. If you are an accredited investor and want to learn more about how ground-up development works in practice, click the link in the description below. Our team will walk you through our current projects and show you exactly how we create value at every stage. If this video helped you understand ground-up development, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more educational content like this.